Let's go to Brenda in Haywards Heath. Good morning.
Good morning, Danny.
So, how do you view this? What's the situation with you?
You know, my husband's in a care home. With great reluctance. I can't care for him anymore with all his problems.
So not what I said before, you didn't shuffle him off there because you felt like it?
I cared for my husband for 11 years, and I love him very much. But the very nature of the care home, and I applaud them, I have to make this very clear to you because there's so many other adverse comments about care homes.
Yeah.
Where he is, I applaud. But the very nature is they're toileted, they're fed, they're cared for, but they're sat. And the activity situation is not a 1-to-1, 1-to-5, it's stretched. So therefore they become sedentary, they become withdrawn. I have tried over the last year to try to get somebody to do exactly what Jess Sumner was saying, and I'm quite confused about Age UK's comments this morning because I'm a member of Age UK locally here. John had access to a buddy scheme, which a lady went in over a 12-week period, and then it was stopped because they can't roll on, just in case people get close to each other. I've been told there are no volunteers left, so I'm quite confused. There's no volunteers left. The buddy scheme has come to an end. All I'm looking for is to make people aware out there in these groups that people go into care homes, don't shut the door on them, don't forget them. Open up the schemes to get people into care homes just to sit and to have this cup of tea, to have a chat. Do we bump up against what Joe was saying a moment ago, that people, are busy bringing up their families, trying to keep their head above water in their own homes? Absolutely, but then you hear somebody like Jess Sumner or the other lady, I'm sorry, I didn't get her name, Joe, saying there's masses of volunteers out there. So why am I hearing the volunteers are so thin on the ground that the buddy scheme has had to be closed down? I don't understand it. I'm really sat and listened to the radio this morning, and I'm confused that I'm trying to make people aware the groups that exist with these masses of volunteers, I'm told, are not available.
Is the voluntary way the best way to go about it? Because if you're saying that keeping your husband active, while his personal needs are being taken care of, his kind of social needs, does that need to be done on a less hit and miss basis than a voluntary one? I mean, should that be part of the whole package?
In the real world, I've approached so many different organisations, and I hate to say that, I've had the door shut on me as soon as I say my husband's in a care home. You take one of the major organisations that help, are in existence in this area. As soon as I say care home, West Sussex County Council don't give any funding to that. I can get someone to go in for an hour, but it costs me £17 an hour. If John was at home, it cost me £5 an hour.
Would it be better then to be able to... would that be an alternative, to keep him at home and have people come in and tend to the needs that you can't?
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Anymore?
I've cared for John for 11 years.
You've done your bit then?
No, I haven't done my bit. By no means have I done my bit. I can't do it anymore because John has too many problems. Right.
So now
I can't get him upstairs, let alone all the persons.
So if that kind of help could be provided in your home, surely that's a better solution than having him in a care home?
You cannot move him, unfortunately.
Right.
Now, it's not a question of somebody being here 24/7 like I have been for 11 years.
Because that's a two-person job, isn't it?
I got myself to the position where the decision was taken out of my hands with great reluctance. But what I'm trying to say is people are in care homes. There's a lot of people there. We know that now. If there's so many volunteers out there, get this scheme up and running again.
Okay.
John and the lady who visited him formed a friendship. That friendship was cut off.
Well, you've said it loud and clear this morning, Brenda. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
All the best to you.
And I would very much like to get in touch with Jess Sumner on an email situation and ask her why I'm told the scheme has ended when she's saying on the radio, loud and clear, it's still in existence.
OK. You can find her at Age UK Brighton and Hove. I'm sure she'd love to hear from you and get into a discussion about it. Brenda, thank you very much indeed.